Hey guys, it's your girl Miss Mink here, and we are back for another Real Housewives of Atlanta season 14, episode 2 review. If you haven't already, I have just made the video for the episode 1 of this season. I just uploaded it, and I did it in 2 parts because I did a lot of talking. But want to check those out? Those are already posted and should be uploaded by now. So if you are new here, girl, it's fine. I'm new here too. Okay, we new together. We new. Okay, we just gonna get into this thing and we gonna ride it out. If you aren't a subscriber to my channel and you like what you see here, which is I do reviews on all the celebrity reality shows, your faves, and we talk a little bit about the pop and hip hop culture, and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell button too, so you can get the notification and get the drop every time that I drop. All right, so let's get into this thing. All right. Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 2. Okay, here we are. So, the episode starts off with Sonya and her family. We get a little background of her family and what, I didn't realize that Sonya, she had a show on OWN Network, but I was told she did, and her family, I love her family dynamic. The only thing though, I did catch that she said that 9 people living in her house. I couldn't imagine. But it's Sonya, and her mom, her husband, her father, her son, and then her sister and her sister's husband and their 2 children are living there as well. So I'm just like, woo, child, that's a lot. That's a lot. But anywho, they were all in the kitchen talking, and her mother starts speaking that patois again. I love it, girl. But we see Miss Mamas have, a lot of attitude, okay? She put a little stank on it. You can tell that she is the head of household, okay? She is the matriarch, okay? She don't play no games. And they was going back and forth about, beef patties and stuff. I love me some beef patties, y'all. Well, Mama was going in and, Sonya was talking about how, we can give you the slightest little bit of, input, and you'll just bark all over it like, no, I'm not doing that, it's going this way, I'm doing it this way, so that can definitely be draining. And I noticed that she said her sister is her hairstylist and does her hair, and I think her sister has her own business. Her mother is her manager, you know what I'm saying? So her mommy is running things, okay? I'm glad we're getting to know, Sonya a little bit more. So we go to the next scene. Kenya comes over to Sheree, Chateau Sheree, honey, and the last time that, we remember Kenya being at Chateau Sheree, she damn near got put out in the big argument between her and Kenya and Kim, Zodiac and all that went down. Sheree has Kenya, tell her, invites her downstairs to the basement or whatever. Now, mind you, like I just said, that last little argument that they had last time Kenya was there, the last time Kenya was at Sheree's house and at Sheree's basement was when her and Kandi had snuck downstairs to go get a look around, and it was unfinished, and she was throwing a lot of jabs at Miss Sheree. So I love the fact that, Sheree was like, well, come on, girl, you ain't been here in a while, so come on, let me show you around, honey. Let me show you some things. And they gets to that basement, baby. The basement look like a condo. The basement, how you got a condo in your mansion? Like the high ceilings, the kitchen, the drapes, baby. The girl, she did that. So Kenya even was floored and was like, all I can say is bravo. Okay, bravo, honey. That's all she can say. I love that. I love that Kenya gave her props, and that's what's up. That just goes to show that Kenya's not a hater. Like, she don't hate. She just give you the real, and she's not gonna be fake about it. So I can appreciate that from Kenya. So kudos to her, and kudos to Sheree for doing the damn thing in that basement. Okay, she had to get that basement together, honey. They sit down and they talk, and Kenya starts it off by saying, well, what did you think about the gala? Sheree was like, shit, girl, I could have worn my joggers. I said, oh my God, come on with the shade already. So Kenya laughs and she was like, yeah, I just didn't like the fact that Marlo was just going in the way she was, like talking about, oh, you got this money, that money, you do this and do that. That's a turnoff for me. So, Sheree was saying, well, girl, she had a lot to say about you. So here we go, bone collector. Okay, here she go. Look, come on, the wheels is turning. Sheree kicking it off, and Kenya was like, "Well, what did she say or whatever?" And Sheree was like, "Used to be broke and used to have an apartment, living in a hotel with a white refrigerator, honey." And I forgot to mention that too in the last video. That baby, when I heard, "What is this, honey?" That is iconic. You hear me? I still use that to this day. When I see something that I don't like, I be like, "Oh no, what is that? Oh, what is this, honey?" That is iconic, Nene moment. He was like, "Well, so what? Like, and like I don't. That's not now. And at least I was paying my bills or whatever. So I don't know what the problem is." Which I agree. Like, don't try to play with me because everybody done had a white refrigerator. Mine is silver, right about that. But I had a white refrigerator too, nigga. So I don't discriminate. I'm not gonna look down on nobody that has one. That's crazy to me. Sheree goes ahead and calls Sonya, and just so she can back up what Sheree is saying and give Kenya the rundown of what Marlo was saying, whatever. Sonya got on the phone. She basically backs up Sheree, says, yeah, she did say that, whatever. And something about her driving around in a Bentley that Lisa Ray's Bentley that she was borrowing. And she was like, "Girl, I don't even know Lisa Ray. Like, I met her before, but girl, I don't know her well enough to be driving her car. And Diamond ain't going for that. Y'all should already fucking know. Look, Lisa Ray don't play no games. Y'all see how she went off on the brat. Can you imagine what she would do to a bitch that she don't know and don't care for? Like, she will let you have it, okay? Give you a whole tongue lashing. So that lady is not about to let nobody drive her car. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I'm not buying that. And Kenya goes on to say, well, I don't even understand why she came at Lil Drew talking about her little bun when you just had a whole Bosley hair plant surgery on your edges. The shade, they is killing me with the shade, y'all. That had me fucking weak because when I was watching the episode, they showed that scene of Marlo getting the transplant surgery. I was just like, girl, not the Bosley. And baby, when Kenya said Bosley, I hollered. I was like, oh my God, so I'm not the only one that thought that. Okay. Like, girl, I was thinking Bosley realness, Rogaine realness. You know what I'm saying? What? Karanique. She needs some Karanique. Remember that shit from back in the day? What? She needs some Kenya hair more on them edges, child. She needs some kaleidoscope, baby. Big booty Judy, where you at? And you came with the shade. Come on, Bosley. She did mention when she first got there too. She was like, girl, I just love you. I just love who you are. You seem so happy. Girl, I think I'm in love with you, girl. And Kenya would start laughing or whatever. So they are getting along good. And I love the relationship between Sheree and Kenya so far. I'm loving that they getting back, cool. And they're letting bygones be bygones and they're starting fresh. So, because I actually do love them being, together, being shady. They are the shadiest. So them two together, baby, it's a cackle. Kenya goes to say, well, I don't even know why Marlo was even coming to me like that because I have so much love for Marlo. And Sheree was like, yeah, she said that too. She said she have love for you too or whatever. I'm glad Sheree did say that. So she didn't, just make it seem like Marlo was just out to get Kenya. Sheree says that Drew left her cell phone in one of the gift bags from the party, from Marlo's party. So Kenya was like, oh, so you got her phone or whatever? She was like, yeah, girl, she had left it or whatever. Kenya says, well, Drew has some things to say about you or whatever. So she was like, what she said? She was like, well, she told Kandi that, y'all share the same assistant, the assistant that was at Drew's house the previous episode. The assistant, Mr. Turner, for the cameras, he is going back and forth, basically going to Drew, telling her all your business, telling her that you ain't been paying paying him and you owe him money. Sheree didn't say she didn't. She did not say that she didn't owe that man no money. She didn't say that, but she was just like, oh, like taking it back, like, oh, really? She was like, well, why did Drew tell Kandi this? Why did she, couldn't tell me this? You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, well, I don't know. Kandi even said that. Kandi said, well, this is a conversation that you need to be having with, Sheree. You need to tell her that. I agree. I definitely agree. You was at the party with her. When you met her, you could have just said that. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you could have asked her for her phone number at the event and then told her, at a different time. Like, hey, I want to talk to you about some things. Can I get your phone number? We can meet up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't do that. You sat in that lady's face knowing whatever the dude told you about her and you didn't say nothing, but you going to tell Kandi, I was messing Drew. And when it come back, Cause baby, you don't want to fuck with Sheree now, okay? You don't want to fuck with the big dogs. And when she come back in the bite, I'm telling you, she like you asked for that, cause that was shady. You could have just told her straight up, like when you saw her. Dude, she's not a confrontational person, obviously, because she let Marlo shade her ass 4 times at the damn event in one night. That's when King comes in and she says, well, yeah, girl, she got a lot going on in her household. Her husband flirting with assistants, girl. I don't know what they got going on with assistants, but, you know, they track working with assistants ain't that good because her husband over there, you know, telling that his assistant that she can give him a massage and all this other stuff. And Sheree looking like, what? Like, oh, girl, no. She need to be worried about that and not be worried about my business and what I got going on or whatever, whatever. Which is true. Like, Drew, you need to be worried about your shit. Because if this shit is real and this ain't no storyline, just for a storyline, then, girl, then you got a lot of more issues that you need to be dealing with than worrying about what the next person is doing in their business and all of that, girl. You need to fix home first, okay? So, we go to the next scene. The next scene is with, Drew and Ralph. Speaking of them, girl, part 1, they had a lot of scenes in this episode, so I'm going to be skipping and scamming through their little section. But anywho, Drew says to Ralph, you know, she asked him, like, are you still in contact with your assistant? Because the night before at Marlo's event, Kandi was telling Drew, you know, about the little messages that the assistant was posting on her IG, the subliminals talking about, if I want them, I can get them. I'm sincerely the girl that could get it if she want to or whatever like that. I don't know, but that's bull. She said, well, you know, what's going on? Are you still in contact with this person? And he was like, I fired her. Okay, but are you still in contact with this person? And he was like, I mean, we friends, we talk here, you know, that. So you still talking to this girl? Like, why are you still talking to this girl? And he was like, man, I just feel like you had it out for her since day one or whatever because of what she looked like. And Drew was like, well, what does she look like?
Really, nigga?
And he was like, she's 50 years old. And she still got a puss, don't she? Like, what that mean? Like, don't get it fucked up. It's some 50-year-olds walking around here looking fine as wine, okay? For one, Kenya damn near 50. If she ain't already, she look good. Cynthia looking good. Who else? Angela Bassett, like Vivica Fox. You know what I'm saying? It's so many women I could name that's walking around here in their 50s. Kandi is 46 or something like that. She up there too. So what? That don't mean nothing, baby. Don't play. Cause you talking about something. When I was when she's 50 years old and when I was born, she was 12. Okay, what the fuck that, you know what I'm saying? He just making excuses, but Ralph is just a dummy. But anyway, Drew's like, I don't care about that and this, that, and the third, and you don't need to be having no contact where if you aren't fired her and all that, especially a woman that was offering you to give you a massage and all that. Like, what are you doing? And he was like, well, you know, it ain't like that, and you need to, you know, you just doing too much, and do you want me to not talk to her and this, that, and you want me to cut her off? And she was like, no, I don't want you to do it because I want you to do it. I want you to do it because it's the right thing to do on your own accord. I just don't want this to be another thing that you resent me for, because I'm telling you that that's what you should do. And he was like, well, it's a lot of things that I already resent you for. Like I said in the last video, why are you here, bruh? If it's that bad and you can't deal with me and I can't, like, why are y'all still together? I don't understand it. Girl, moving on. Like I said, I ain't about to put all my energy into Drew, okay? So, next scene, bloop. Kandi and Todd, they sitting there, they're talking, and, you know, Kandi basically is doing good. She's doing a new, I think a show on Broadway, or she's doing like a new production on Broadway that got picked up, and it has, you know, great reviews so far. I'm proud of Kandi. She's doing the thing. I think her Mother's Love was definitely, like, that season, I was proud of Kandi for doing what she did, and it actually was pretty good. Like, from what we saw, I wish I would have saw it live. I'm glad that Kandi is sticking to her roots. She getting back to the music and business. Like, she started doing all these other business endeavors that really didn't have too much to do with music. Like, I get the sex toy line, I get and then the dungeon with a spinoff on that, and then, you know, my sister actually went to the dungeon show. She loved it. They got restaurants and stuff now. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that Kandi's getting back to the music side of her businesses. And the fact that she's doing, a production on Broadway, that's amazing. So I'm proud of Kandi for that. Now that she has that going on, she needs a little bit more help with the other businesses that they have, from Todd. She needs him to step up more and be there for their businesses in her absence. So, Todd was like, I mean, shoot, I can do that, whatever. And she was like, well, you do be gone on vacation a lot, and, that can't be keep going on and all of that. And he was like, well, I mean, no, you go on, what you mean? You be gone for months at a time, too. Like, I don't even understand why you coming at me like that. Like, what you mean? And she's like, well, I mean, yeah, but that's for business. And he was like, okay, and, like, you act like I don't be doing business, too. Like, don't do that. Don't come at me like that. It ain't like that. You need to step up. I'm going to do that. Well, she feels like Todd kind of steps back and he be, letting her take the reign most of the time, and she needs him to step up and, do his part too. And I can see that because from watching Kandi in the Gang, Todd is not as hands-on as I would say Kandi is in that restaurant, as far as the restaurant. I don't know if Todd be, more at Blaze or he'd be at the other OLGs, but as far as the OLG that they got on the show, Todd don't really do nothing. Like, they had a whole episode about how they had to do a team building exercise, and whoever lost, they have to go in the kitchen. And I'm like, Todd, what's the point? Like, this was your idea. You're the one that brought up the whole restaurant business and OLG. That was your idea, but you don't even want to be in the kitchen. Like, business don't work that way. Whatever business you do, you gotta be hands on. And even if you got staff to hire that handles like the managerial, aspect of things, like, so what? You're still the owner. You still got to be in there and, make sure everything runs accordingly. So I just feel like Todd he be slipping on that for me. So I get where Kandi's coming from, but she said she need him to step up. Because I believe it. If he do it with OLG, he do it with other stuff they got going on. I believe that. But on the flip side, Kandi does put a lot of stuff on her plate, and I feel like she needs to take a step back. Like, you always talk about all these jobs, and your tagline is, I never skip a beat or a bag. Maybe you need to skip a couple bags, baby, because if you can't handle all this stuff on your own and Todd's not stepping up and helping you, then you need to start letting some of these things go so that you can focus and be as frugal as you can. And because I feel like you're stretching yourself thin trying to do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the restaurant business. That shit is draining within itself. So the fact that you got that on top of, you got the Kandi Factory and you got your sex toy line and the dungeon tours and you on Broadway doing shows and you acting and you trying to, do artist development and all that other stuff. Like, Kandi, you just got and you on a show. You got 2 shows on at the same time right now. Like, Kandi, you do need to step back. You just had a whole baby. Like, come on now. So I kind of feel where Todd coming from too. Like, you do the same thing you're asking me to do, you turn around, or don't do, you turn around and do the same thing. Like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you can do it, why I can't do it? And if you don't want me to do it, then you don't do it. So I get both sides of the, of that. So then they get to talking about this building that Todd has. He has like a condo, a woman from his previous relationship about 20 years ago. They had a place together. They broke up. Todd left. It was in both of their names. The woman, she ended up moving out and didn't refinance it or whatever, so it ended up being left in Todd's name, so he was left with it. He ended up paying it off, and now he owns it, and he's thinking that he can make some money off of it, which is a good idea. Like, me and my sister, we were talking about doing that, like putting money into maybe a property on the water. We're from Virginia Beach, and they have a lot of buildings and apartments and condos and stuff like that you can actually own or, put in for a timeshare, and you can rent them out as Airbnbs and stuff like that and make your money, flip it. So he was like, we can renovate it and rent it out, and we can, as an Airbnb or just as a residence. So, which is a good idea. So I can see that. The only thing is, it's in Jersey, and I'm just looking at Todd a little side with an eye, like, I know you from New York and all of that, and like that's supposed to be like a little bachelor pad and this, that, you know what I'm saying? So you could play and cats away the mice and play type of situation. Cause Kandi be on her, gone a lot, and he probably gone to his little spot. You remember in that little clip, the trailer for Atlanta, when they was talking about how Kenya said something to Kandi along the lines of, well, you shouldn't have your husband buzzing my pussy all night or something like that. I think that got to do with like some of those vibrated panties type situation. Kenya, I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I know a friend that had one of those, and you can, you like to play like that. But with somebody's husband, I don't know. Something's going to be going on between Kandi and Todd. The storylines are brewing. I feel it coming. Or maybe accusation of Todd cheating or something like that along the lines. So I don't know. That's what I feel like. But Kandi just feels like Todd is using this as an excuse to have his own thing. And why she was like, well, my name ain't on it. He was like, my name ain't on this house. So what that mean? Todd feel like, why I can't just have my own thing? She was just like, well, I don't know about that. You always got your hands in this, that, and the third, and need you to focus on our stuff. Todd, I'm side-eyeing you, Todd. You know what I'm saying? I like you, Todd. I always liked you, but that's a little janky to me. Okay, it's too many coincidences. Okay. Next scene, which is Kandi and Marlo. So Kandi is at the candy factory. Marlo stops by with a bomb-ass outfit. Yes, Marlo. She was killing it with that jumpsuit, that red lip. Marlo is killing it in her confessional look, that pixie cut with the boostikilla. Yes, Marlo. Marlo's killing the fashions, baby. She's bringing it, girl. Step it up. You better step it up. He walks in and her and Kandi get to talking. It's how's life and stuff. Candy's working on a Halloween photo shoot at the candy factory. Marlo brings up, she feels like she's been spoiling the boys ever since the boys, came to live with her. And Kandi says, why does, being black or growing up in a black household has to equate to struggle? Like, why is it seems like the black, community has to have that stigma about us growing up struggling? I agree with that, because it do seem like that. These other different cultures and ethnicities, they don't really go through struggles that we have to go through as minorities. And there are some that do, not saying that they don't. I got where Kandi was coming from with that. Like, so why do they gotta struggle? Why can't they be spoiled? Why can't they, Marlo said, I appreciate you for what you've done for me and the boys, cash apping the boys and stuff like that. And I love that you've done that. She said, but I also want you to be a little bit more hands-on. I want to know why you're not a little bit more hands-on. As far as like, you never invite us out for movie night or anything like that. To come over, and Kenny's like, okay, well, you got to be the friend that you expect me to be to you. You got to be that friend to me. You know what I'm saying? Because when Marlo first came on the scene, Kenny says that Marlo was dating one of her her godbrothers, and they was cool or whatever behind the scenes. But when that camera got to rolling and Marlo came on the scene, she did switch up on Candy, talking about how Candy's a sugar mama and taking care of all her menses and all that. That episode, I remember that, because Phaedra didn't have no makeup on when Phaedra first came, child. That was a throwback. And you knew that, okay? Marlo came in hot, and she had, a target on Kandi. So I get why Kandi feel the way she feel. She was like, I just feel like, you could be there a little bit more or whatever. Cindy like, look, girl, if you want me to be like that to you, then you gotta be that to me. I'm not about to be this stellar ass friend to you, and then you don't know how to be a friend to me, or you coming at me sideways, every chance you get. Like, no, we're not doing that. So I get her on that. So we go to the next scene with Drew, child, trying to drop it into a squad. I'm not gonna spend too much time on Drew. I still gotta talk about the BS at the end of the episode, child. This Days of Our Lives shit. So anywho, Drew is trying to drop into a squat, girl. She did 2 squats. Ralph tells her, I guess he calls her and was like, I'm about to take you out tonight or whatever. So you go ahead and get home and get ready or whatever like that. So he wants to surprise her. And I thought that was cute or whatever. So then we get to the boys' night out. Okay. We got Todd looking good. Aaron, looking good. Ralph, he look good too. I'm not gonna lie, Ralph is a good looking man, but he just turns me off because he just an asshole, and I just can't fuck with that. So anyway, so they all sitting around at Blaze, Todd and Kenny's restaurant, and they talking and getting to know each other. And they tell Todd about them going to how they met at the gym, Ralph and Aaron. And Todd was like, yeah, I heard about this little assistant situation. They were just looking like, oh, man, you too? Aaron like, yeah, me too. You know what I'm saying? So Ralph tried to explain himself, and he just sounded like a damn dumbass. And told him, I'm a man, da-da-da-da-da. And I love how Todd turned that into a joke. Like, yeah, I like that. That's playing as hell. I'm starting saying that shit. Like, yeah, like why'd you leave the toilet seat up? Baby, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like Marty Bob, Gina, my man, Gina, like, you know what I'm saying? So I love that. Aaron was weak. Aaron was like, man, shoot, like, she asked me, I want a massage. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I love that. That was cute. That was cute. I love Todd with his little jokes. He's funny. So, they had a little cackle off that. And he basically telling them, like, yeah, man, you got to check that because, you're the one that's going to make her more insecure about the situation. Like, you're not helping the situation by responding that way. You tell her about it or not, you show her text messages, you're still implying that something could happen. Like the door is open. Okay, Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. Okay. You pulling a Bruno Mars, okay? Don't be leaving no doors open around here. Okay, the door stays locked. The door is closed. Okay, another famous iconic quote. The door is closed. Okay? Don't be leaving no doors around here, Bruno. The fuck you thought, okay? I'll go supersonic on that ass. Silk Sonic, okay? They get a little background about them. Aaron said he's 39. And then y'all peep their route was like, I'm 39 too. Oh, wait, I'm 38. 38. Like, you lie so much that you can't even keep your lies together. You don't know how old you are. Why he pulled a Mia Thornton from the Real Housewives of Potomac? Girl, I'm 38, 39, 46, 47. Like, I thought Day Day was about to pop out. 45, the Duke. A 46, a 45, 47. Like, like, nigga, you don't know how old you are. Put 38, baby. Like, come on, man. You don't know how old you are, Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph, I swear. Yeah, you are officially Wreck-It Ralph. Because everything you say out your fucking mouth is a wreck, okay? You are reckless, honey. You just don't care. Like, you peep that. Put that in the comments down below. So, anyway, so Todd goes to talk about his life. He busy. I got my little crib out in Jersey and thinking about trying to flip it and make some money off of it. And wifey, like, she's so fixated on the place that he had with his ex, somebody that he was with 20 years ago. Now, mind you, Kandi and Todd have been together. It's like season 6. They've been steady dating. They probably got married around season 7-ish, But, okay, we in season 14. Okay, that was 7, 8, 11 years ago, seasons ago. Now, come on now. So Kandi, and we talking about 20 years, so that was what? 7 seasons ago, was 7, 8 years ago. Okay, so that's 12 years before that he was even with this woman. So what is you know what I'm saying, mad about that? Because, that should not be an issue. That lady is long gone, okay? Because she left the motherfucking crib for Todd ass. So I'm saying, like, why would you even care? Like, come on, Kandi. Come on now. Your slip is showing, darling. And maybe your slip is showing because Todd, like I said, I'm side-eyeing you too. Kandi is feeling a little insecure or a little iffy about things, then maybe it's because of the way you're moving. You get what I'm saying? So she knows you by now. That's your wife of what, how many years? So I think I'll say about year 7 or something like that. So yeah, she knows you well enough to know when you up to no damn good or whatever. You ain't never gave her no problem before, but now you settled into the marriage. You in there. You that 5-year mark. You had the old lady gang watching that ass and Mama Joyce watching that ass. Okay, so you couldn't make no slip ups, but now it's like you starting to slip. I don't know. Slip and slide records. Asking the fellas, do you think that the women? Sometimes I feel like the women just don't want us to have our own. Like, you just want us to have, what you got, and I want my own too. Like, why can't I have my own? Which I get that too. I get both sides, but I'm still side-eyeing the fuck out of Todd right now because I want to know what this buzzing King's panties all night is about. I still want to know about that. So I'm side-eyeing you, Todd. I feel you, but I'm side-eyeing you, okay? So, we go to the next scene, which is Marlo. She's at the house with the boys, and her oldest nephew is going to his homecoming. He looks so handsome. She dressed him up, girl. Had him putting some oil on his dreads, like she said. For one, it's locks, okay? Put a little Hermes belt on him. He looks so like dapper, y'all. He was looking real snazzy, jazzy, fresh, okay? Love the fact that Marlo was trying to give him tips on how to slow dance and talk about social distancing, this much space, and she was talking about how the boys is going through puberty and stuff, and she was like, oh, I can't take it. Oh, Justin, where you at? Help me, Lord. Pineapples, I can't take it. Justin. That was so cute. I love Marlo with her nephews, and I did peep the part when Marlo was saying that, she was, abused as a child, and so, how she said that foster care was her safe haven, which you don't really hear that too much. Foster, I've known a lot of people that grew up in group homes and foster care, and they've had, bad experiences. And I know some, people that had, pleasant experiences with foster care. So I would love to hear Marlo's backstory as to how she was brought up and how she got them mugshots, child. We want to know, and why her sister is in jail. I love that Marlo gave a little backstory on that. So I want them to, a little deeper, get into it. Because I want to know about Marlo and her past and, where she came from and stuff. So yeah, I'm interested in hearing about that. Child. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, like I said. Drew get home. Ralph had sent over a team to get her all glammed and dolled up, stylist and makeup artist, hair, all that. Got her real cute. I love her outfit. Her hair was laid. She had a cute little champagne little cocktail dress on and stuff. It was real pretty. He told her, to meet her at this place and sent a little car to pick her up, little car service. And they get to this, it looked like it was gentleman's, like, suit parlor or something like that. A man would go and get his suit tailored and all that stuff. It was real nice or whatever, because she was just like, okay, where are we? Why are we here? And then it goes to the little room, and then it's a beautiful display of roses and candles, and it was really nice. It was. I thought that was absolutely beautiful. A little dinner table set up, whatever. Ralph had a chef come and prepare them some lobster tails and hors d'oeuvres, honey, and some champagne, some champagne. So I thought that was really sweet, and Drew was floored. She felt like a princess. So that was really cute. So then they get to the dinner scene and they start talking, and Ralph tells her that he loves her and he just want to show her that he appreciates her, that he loves her, and he's sorry. Sometimes he come off as an asshole, which he does, child. Well, he admitted. But she was like, yeah, you do. And she checked that part. Okay, point for you. Then she goes to say, well, I just don't want to experience all these highs like this, and then we go through our lows like we did. And child, as soon as she said that, Ralph go, here we go with shit. Whole demeanor just changed. Like, he was just like, well, I just want to show you that I appreciate you and I want you to appreciate me. Like, save that, type of talk for, a therapy session or whatever with Dr. Ken or whatever. And Drew was like, well, I mean, I get all that, but I just want to tell you how I feel. And Ralph goes on to say, well, maybe I need to set up a doc session with you and Dr. Ken so you can figure out how to talk to him as a man. Drew threw it back like, well, maybe I should set up a session with Dr. Ken so he can teach you how to talk to me as a woman. Like, and he was just like, there you go with your zingers. Dr. Ken do say you have zingers or whatever. No, a little punchline, try to get a one up on him. And she was like, yeah, and Dr. Ken also said that you're a maniac. So he was just like, a maniac? Like, what, man? I don't even know what maniac mean. And she was like, okay, Google. Okay, Siri, what does maniac, you know what I'm saying? And Siri said, your husband. Siri said, Wreck-It Ralph, he a fucking maniac, bitch. He's a maniac. Maniac on the floor. You married to him, I don't know what for. Bitch, Wreck-It Ralph. Siri said, Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, he looking like, really, yo? Are you serious, bruh? Like, I swear, that girl is good for Google. Because I forgot to mention earlier, too, that when they were talking to Ralph, and she was talking about how he be gaslighting her. And she was like, people say he gaslight me all the time, da da da. So the producer asked Drew, oh, what's gaslighting? She was like, I don't know. Okay, Google. Then she Googled it and was like, oh my God, that's him to a T. Back to the dinner from hell. So I started getting mad. He's like looking at her like, well, if I'm a man, why you married to me type shit? You know what I'm saying? So she was just like, I just want to be able to express myself or whatever. And he was like, well, we ain't got to do that right now. Like, I just wanted this to be about us. Like, I wanted us to appreciate you. You appreciate me. And we be on our lovey-dovey, romantic tip. Like, I don't want to be on no bullshit tonight. We can talk about that at another session. And she was like, well, if I can't express myself, then I don't know what the fuck we're doing. And da-da-da. And when she started dabbing her eye, girl, she hit the Kandi eyes. Shout out to Color Me Pink, Keisha. The Kandi eyes Dillard, triangular. Girl, I was just waiting for a napkin to be folded into a triangle, child. She gets up and walks away, dabs her face again, and she comes back to the table, and then she downs with Ralph and tell him, I just want to be able to express myself, da-da-da. He was like, well, look, this ain't that and that ain't this. I thought that maybe doing this for you would be good, for us, but obviously me doing stuff like this for you, it ain't the move. So, man, I won't be doing this again. I regret doing all of this. And that nigga gets up and he walks the fuck out. And that is where the episode ends, child. I am not doing this for the days of our lives. Girl, God and Light, Young and the Restless as the world turns, soap opera, telenovela as bullshit with Drew and Wreck-It Ralph. I'm over it. But I do want to get into this next episode because I want to know what's up with this assistant that's Sheree and Drew assistant. I want to get into that, child, and get into some things because I'm ready for the mess. Okay, so that's the episode, guys. That's my take on it. I thought it was, yeah, a 10. I get about a 5.5 because it wasn't really all that. It was just shady. I just love the scene with Sheree and Kenya. That was really cool. And I love the little get together that the guys had at Blaze with Todd, Aaron, and Ralph, even though I can't stand Ralph right about now. But anytime they gonna put Aaron on camera, girl, I live, okay? And I love the little joke that Todd said about, oh, I'm a guy. Oh, I'm a guy, shoot. Like, why you pee on that little toilet seat? Baby, I'm a man. I'm a man, Gina. You know what I'm saying? I love that. That was cute. So yeah, I give the episode 5.5. Okay, it was alright for what it was. That it was a little dry to be the second episode. We need to keep the mess going. Keep it keep getting into things. Keep it going. Keep it rolling. Cause last episode was the shit naive. The premiere was awesome. I'm gonna stay tuned for next week. If you guys like what you see, please like and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell button so you can get the drop every time I drop. And also let me know some other shows that you guys would like for me to review. I'm a little late for Kandi and the Gang. They're pretty much wrapping it up. Love and Marriage Huntsville. I also be watching other like web series shows. I love the Chasing Reality franchise. Love Chasing Atlanta, Chasing Dallas. I love all those shows. I'm also a fan of Gemini Films. I do watch Bad Boys Club. They're on season 7 right now, episode 2. If y'all want me to review that, I will, because I have watched both episodes. If y'all want me to review those shows, I'll be over at my sister's house every week and we can watch it together. She'll probably do the reviews with me or whatever. So if that's, some type of content you guys are, interested in, let me know. Put it in the comment box and I will get that to you guys. So until next time, I'm out of here. Love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and being a new subscriber of my channel if you are. And if you're not, then subscribe, girl. What are you waiting for? Get into it. Yeah. Okay. In the words of Miss Doja, honey. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Till later. Audi 5000 B.